What is good, group number one? For those of you who are drawn to the first image, this is going to be I was reading today. We're going to be getting some messages on how are you currently being perceived. All right, so this is for group number one, spirit team. For group number one, how are they currently being perceived? How is group number one currently being perceived? Why am I hearing like I don't care? So some of you may be watching the reading and you're like, I don't really care what other people think or say about me, but I'm also curious to know. So you may come off to people as like just very independent, very much like to yourself. You don't need any like external validation. You may also come off as like a free spirit. Birds can be very significant for you, but you may have a bit of a like I don't give a shit attitude, but not in like a negative way or like an arrogant way or anything. But again, like you know who you are, you know yourself, and you don't need any like external validation for that. And I feel like a lot of people love that about you and your energy. How are they being perceived right now? Group number one. So the Hierophant here. So you may come off as very like spiritually inclined. Um, for some of you, your spiritual gifts and talents kind of scare people. I'm hearing fall in line. So something about your energy like demands like respect. You have a very authoritative energy to you. But yeah, something about your spiritual gifts or a specific spiritual gift that you have just kind of I'm hearing rubs somebody the wrong way or makes some people feel some type of way about you, but who cares? Two of wands. So you could be somebody that is you may be somebody who's always on top of things. You're a you may be perceived as like a planner, like a good planner for things. Especially if this is work related. Um, and it doesn't come off as like you have everything in order, but you may have a mindset of if you like plan ahead, very like for the most part plan ahead, or even have an idea of what to plan or how things may go. Um, things run a little bit better or smoother. This may come in more of like a work career type of sense here. People also see that you are, or they may not see it, especially with this higher fund energy, that you're working towards something, two of wands and then a 10 of wands energy. So you're working towards some sort of, I'm hearing glow up in your life, um, whatever like area that may come in the form of. But again, people see like you're working towards something. Maybe you're working towards a promotion. You're working towards something, you know, new within your career. Maybe you're working out more and you're working towards, better like physical health. Maybe you're, changing your diet or you're eating healthier. You're doing things to that people are taking notice of. Um, and again, they're noticing that you are like working towards some sort of goal. You may also come off as a very hard worker. You may be somebody who tends to work a little bit harder versus smarter. the Ten of Wands um, kind of shows to where like they're carrying all of these sticks when they don't have to carry all these sticks at once. They could literally just like one or two, maybe three sticks at a time and take it kind of back and forth. Um, you know, to some people that may, carrying it all at once and getting it done out the way, maybe you may consider that working smart versus hard, but in reality, you're putting extra burden and weight on yourself than you need to. So some people may be perceiving you as, carrying extra weight that you don't have to carry. So some people may like want to help you out or want to support you, but something about like your independent nature um, kind of stop people from doing that or helping you, or not necessarily not helping you, but like just makes people a little bit hesitant on approaching you, or um, yeah, something about approaching you can be significant. What else? How is group number one being perceived? Why am I hearing this song? I haven't heard this in years. Um, what is it? Like one of those old, like very old. Conjunction junction. What's your function? Why am I hearing that? Conjunction. Aren't those? Isn't that like but and? I think a conjunction is like it brings like a complete sentence and then not a complete sentence. I forget it. What is it like? Subordinate and a something clause or something like that. I don't know. I'm not a teacher, by the way, but something about you having this energy of um, like a perfect fit, like something about your energy like fits very well in any environment that you go into. Um, something about your energy too kind of like bridges people together. Like you're easy to get along with, you're easy to talk to, you're easy to work with, but it's more so about people making that gesture to even or making that effort to put into talking to you and get to know you. You may have quite a bit of people who like judge you or assume things about you before they take the time and opportunity to get to know you first. So something about looks can be deceiving when it comes to you. Group number one. Conjunction junction, what's your function? And I may completely be absolutely wrong about conjunctions. I don't know. I haven't really had to use that since like elementary school. Oof, the Emperor. So you have a very like dominant and commanding energy. You may come off as quite like intense to other people, but it's like you know what you're doing. You know what you're talking about. What you want, what you don't want, what works and what doesn't work. Um, and some people may take it as you being like cocky or arrogant or thinking that you know more than other people or you think you are better than other people, but in reality you just know what's up. Again, like you have that, um, and that may be part of your spiritual gift. You may be very clear cognizant. It's like you just know things. You just intuitively pick up on, again, like what works and what doesn't work. You may be one of those people who like you don't have to try something in order to know that it's not for you. Like you just know that it's not. Um, and people may again like feel some type of way about that, specific gift or talent that you have of just being very intuitive and just being very like knowledgeable um, about things or about life. You have the world here at the bottom of the deck, so quite a bit of major arcanas. What I'm picking up with the world, Some people may, I'm picking up Sagittarius energy. So some people may uh, feel that you, not otherworldly, but like, I feel like this goes in tune with, again, this spiritual gift, this very highly intuitive talent that you have. It's like people feel that you're like well traveled, or you may have a lot of education, especially with this hierophant energy. People may feel that you're very educated. You may have multiple degrees. Even if you haven't gone to college, or you don't really have that many degrees like that, um, people really people assume that about you. It's just something about the way you carry yourself, that just kind of gives off like you've been around the block. You come off as very like both book smart and street smart at the same time. Anything else? What, 11 minutes? Conjunction junction. What's your function? You just kind of like you just do you. You're very like genuine and authentic to yourself. Um, yeah, very. You got the full underneath that. You don't mind taking risks and leaps of faith, calculated ones. You're not a dummy. You ain't got boo boo the fool written across your forehead. You love to take risk, but you will take a calculated risk. You're not just gonna just do any and everything. Okay. Anything else, spirit guides? I don't think so. Um, Group number one, I believe these are all the messages that I'm seeing for y'all. So let me know how this reading resonates for you in the comment section. Don't forget to like, share, and subscribe. Y'all stay well, stay blessed, and I will see y'all in my next reading. Peace out. What is good, group number two? For those of you who are drawn to the second image, this is going to be all's reading today. We're going to be getting some messages on how are you currently being perceived. So this is for group number two, spirit team. How's group number two being perceived right now? Okay, so you got the Six of Swords at the bottom of the deck. So people are noticing about you, group two, that you've changed, but specifically regarding like your mind, like you're different mentally and emotionally. I feel like people are noticing that you have come into some sort of like balance within your life. Again, more specifically, some sort of internal balance in your life. Um, and that's been due to you having to I'm so tongue tied, having released certain mindsets and things that just no longer serve you. Um, so people are noticing that you are like moving into calmer waters, but it has all started with your mind or your mindset. So you've changed. So people are noticing that you have changed. Wow. Okay. So underneath the Six of Swords was the Six of Pentacles, and then I was getting ready to split the deck, and then you got the Six of Wands underneath that. So 666 can be significant for you. Um, so lots of change. 666 is usually about like releasing um, attachments, releasing things of the past, and again things that just no longer serve you or are not of your highest good. So people are noticing um, a lot of changes in your life, but they uh they haven't seen the things that you've had to go through behind closed doors, specifically all the healing that you've been doing. I'm hearing the past couple of years. This has been kind of years in the making. It's just kind of like right now starting to actually show. but you've been on this healing journey for several years now, whether you were conscious of it or not. Um, and again, like right now, it's starting to show. People are starting to see the inner work that you've done, because the inner work is starting to show on the outside now. Whether through opportunities or whether through, just you moving differently, looking differently. Your physical looks have been changing also. People are noticing your physical looks changing. You're looking different. Your energy is feeling different. I'm hearing somebody being like, I just something's different about them. I just can't put my finger on it. Something about your family has definitely noticed this big change. Some people may have been like distancing themselves from you also, but that's good. That's divine intervention right there. People have it's been it's meant for people to distance themselves from you, because some people are meant to be in your life and some people are not. And when we are walking away from the things and the people that no longer serve us, it may not always be us that initiates that. Sometimes people just can't energetically be around you anymore. And then I feel like that's what's happening. You may have be noticing people becoming a little bit more distant from you, not talking to you as much, or not like um, kikiing and joking around with you as much. Like again, you may have been kind of picking up on this different, like people been treating you a little bit funny lately. But that's for a reason. You mentally and energetically and even emotionally just you can't even stomach certain people anymore. You can't take certain energies anymore. um and again, people are noticing that. What else? This is great energy, by the way. I'm actually really excited for you. The Six of Pentacles energy, oof, and then the Ace of Wands. If not already, something really big is about to manifest in your life, and it's a reward from the universe for you doing all that work. If this hasn't even come in already, some of you may have already received this, and others of you, if not already, this is like right around the corner, like it's here. Justice. So you're coming off as very balanced right now. Again, this goes without saying with the Six of Swords. Like things are just things are just starting to work out for you better in your life. King of Swords. People are noticing that you have stronger boundaries. That you are speaking up for yourself more. You are, yeah, something really big about speaking up for yourself and setting boundaries and being firm with those boundaries. People also notice that you've been a little bit like quiet lately. Uh, the King of Swords with the Four of Cups. So feel that you may be very distant right now, but it's kind of like you're more so like moving in silence with this King of Swords energy. You're not letting your business be known. You're not letting your steps be known right now. um I'm seeing in my mind's eye like somebody walking on snow, and you know how snow like leaves a footprint, and it's like you're walking backwards and erasing your footprint as you're moving. I don't know why anybody would do that, but that's what I'm seeing in my mind's eye. Um, like you got people really wondering, like, what are you up to? What are your next steps? You're moving into calmer waters, but what does calmer waters look like for you? And you don't even know what it looks like for you. Um, and I feel like it's being hidden from you. If this hasn't come in for you already, um, it may have been being hidden from you so that way you don't mess it up by talking to other people about it. You're meant to continue to move in silence right now, at least until things are like solidified and confirmed. Yeah, people really, really like really want to know what you got going on right now. Group two, you're they may be perceiving you as like a little bit like secretive, like to yourself. You may have been a little bit like really quiet lately. I even remember just yesterday, um, one of my staff members, I was walking by just checking on everybody, and she was like, "Are you okay today?" And I was like, "Yeah, I'm good." She's like, "You just seem so like quiet and reserved," and I'm like, "Yeah." And then I just kept on walking. It's like, I mean, yeah, sure, I am. You know, I got my own shit going on behind the scenes also. So I definitely resonate with this group a lot. So again, you may either people are making these comments to you, to your face, or this may be what people are talking about like behind your back. Um, Three of Cups. You may have people who want to get in your energy right now. Some people, you may have people who actually genuinely want to support you. They actually genuinely like you. Um, but you may have people who just are not sure how to approach you, especially with you being in this very like secretive, standoffish type of energy. You may even be coming off as a little bit bored, and ready for something new and something different. But you may have people who want to like celebrate with you, people who want to support you, people who want to hang out with you, be your friend. You may even have some an incoming friendship coming in or friendships. Um, you're gonna know when it's right for you to open up and when you may need to continue to stay closed off. Um, but yeah, definitely. You got some incoming energies coming in, so kind of use your discernment right now of knowing. Yeah, the Hangman energy. Use your discernment of knowing, what's for you and what's not for you, or more specifically, who is for you and who is not for you. So your intuition could be being tested soon. I feel like some people view you as very fun, like when you're around actual people that you truly enjoy and trust. You may have a very like fun and playful energy to you, and people outside the club, may want to be a part of that. But again, some people you're allowing in, and other people you're just not. Sorry, no hard feelings. Um, what else? Anything else, spirit guides? I feel like that's the biggest message for you right now. Just continue to stay in your energy. Continue to work on yourself. Don't lose that momentum by getting too comfortable right now, is what I'm hearing. Continue to do that inner work. Healing is a lifelong journey. You'll never be done with it. That's just the honest, raw truth about it. So continue to do that. Continue to pour into your own cup right now, and continue to work towards, where you want to be. Even if you don't even know what exactly to do or what steps you should be taking, um, just keep on doing it. Just keep on doing what you have been doing because it seems to be working out very well for you, and things are definitely balancing out for you. You're definitely receiving some sort of justice in your life for the work that you've done, the inner work that you've done. So just stay patient with this hangman energy. Stay patient, stay diligent, and are going to get things are getting very magical for you. So just stay the course. But group number what group is this? Group two. I think these are all the messages that I'm seeing for y'all. So let me know how this reading resonates for you in the comment section. Don't forget to like, share, and subscribe. Y'all stay well, stay blessed, and I will see y'all in my next reading. Peace out. What is good? Group number three, last but definitely not least. For those of you who are drawn to the third image, this is going to be all I was reading today. We're going to be getting some messages on. Damn, what was the. How are you being perceived right now? How are you currently being perceived? Okay. So it seems like you're working towards something right now. You're working towards some sort of manifestation. You're kind of more in like a potential energy, but this is the King of Wands is your outcome. So this could be like King of Wands to me is like entrepreneur, um, like really big boss type of energy. So you can be being perceived right now as like working towards this really big success within your career. The magician, you're manifesting something within your career. Some people may feel that you're kind of like struggling to get there. And again, this is their perceptions. It doesn't mean that this is the truth. But some people may feel, you may need a little bit of help right now. Um, and I feel like that could be what you're about to receive soon is some sort of help or support towards this goal of entrepreneurship or owning your own business or really just working for yourself. Somebody's coming in to help and support you along that journey. Every long lost dream led me to where you are, and others who broke my heart, they were like northern stars. Mm-mm-mm. Why is that song in my head? So you may have had quite a bit of like things that just have not gone in your favor or not gone your way. But it didn't like failure doesn't stop you. People are noticing that failure doesn't stop you. Things that may not be going your way or going the way that you plan for it to go. It hasn't stopped you. It's actually added fuel to the fire, and people are noticing that. And it also doesn't cause you to be bitter or angry. It Queen of Cups energy. It actually excites you a little bit when you do mess up or do make mistakes. I feel like you're not the type to necessarily beat yourself up. You're just kind of like, oh, well, I fucked up on that, so I know what not to do next time. I know what to do differently next time. Um, so you may be perceived as somebody who looks at the glass halfway full versus halfway empty. You have quite a positive and optimistic attitude. You got the wheel of fortune here. People are noticing that things are moving in your life. You're experiencing a lot of forward movement. Even if it's just the smallest movement, it's still moving. Getting the energy of ginger. Usually ginger, when used in like spell work, it kind of accelerates things. It gets the energy moving. It helps to build that momentum, especially like in money workings. I love to use ginger in money workings. If you're feeling a little bit stagnant, definitely dress your candle in some ginger or cinnamon. But I'm getting that like people are noticing that you have so much potential, um, and you don't have any pinnacle energy here, but you have a lot of like financial potential here. Um, and I feel like you're going to receive this financial abundance um, through like having your own business or again like working for yourself. You just may be struggling making money. That could be a money blockage for you, is that you are feeding into somebody else's dreams and visions and goals rather than feeding into your own. And that can be a money blockage for you, group number three. So the more you work on yourself, the more you work towards um, I'm hearing your north node. The more you work towards this where you're meant to be in life, the more money is going to come in, or the more money is going to find you. Because we don't chase, we attract, right? What else? You come off as very sweet. You're a very loving and kind person for the most part. People love like just your attitude and the way you just kind of operate. I'm hearing specifically the way that they operate. People really enjoy that about you. You're something about you is very different, and I know the word different is just people hear that a lot, but it's very very true for you. You just have a different way of moving, a different way of looking at life, a different way of working, a different way of um, again just a different way of operating. Something about HR can be significant for someone here. The color red is significant. 222, 111. Seeing a candle flame. Microsoft Excel can be significant for somebody. Also getting Microsoft Forms, FedEx Form. Memphis, Tennessee can be significant for somebody here. That's my hometown, by the way. Okay, what else? What else? How are they being perceived right now? Ooh, was this upright or reverse? Upright, okay. So the Hierophant, and this just spilled out the Page of Swords. You may come off as very like claircognizant, like you may have a lot of like ideas or just the way again like something about the way you think is very very different. It's very unique. You can be neurodivergent on the spectrum or ADHD. Excuse me. Um, People also notice that you have this otherworldly type of mind. Something very significant about your mind, group number three. People love your mind. Some people just kind of want to. You may have people out here who want to like literally take your brain and like dissect it and like see like how does group number three like know these things or how do they operate this way or like how are things just kind of like working out for them. Um, people are very intrigued by your mind and your mindset. But what I'm picking up from here, especially with this higher front energy, a very spiritual energy here, you're very clear cognizant. That's one of your strongest spiritual gifts is that you have this inner knowing. When people ask you like, how do you know? You're just like, I don't know. I just do. And that's where that comes from. You just have this very um, close connection with source. This very like unique way of tapping into like other realms um or tapping into other like spirits or deities or whatever however way you communicate um with source or with God or Allah and all these other names for the same thing. um you just have that very special connection with source. um, and that is where you get a lot of your information from, a lot of your wisdom from. Some of you may be like very young, like 20s, 30s. Not saying that anybody older than that is old or anything like that, but like specifically like people like in your 20s and 30s, you just may have this way of what is the phrase? Wise beyond your years. You may have people who feel that way about you. um, but again, a lot of this wisdom, some of these wisdom hasn't actually come from your experiences. It's actually just you again, like channeling and tapping into higher wisdom. And that's very, very unique to you because you may have your own special, unique way of interpreting those uh, downloads that you may receive. So people are very intrigued by your spiritual gifts. Um, Many people don't even know that it's a spiritual gift um, that you have, but you know it. You know, some people just feel like you're just smart as shit, or again, like you just had so much experience in life, um, that you just know these things. Somebody here really likes your car. That is very random here. You got the chariot here at the bottom of the deck. So chariot is about like willpower. So people perceive you as being very like strong-willed, very strong-minded. You're not easily manipulated. You're not easily thrown off your path. Some of you may stumble every now and then, but you have a way of picking yourself up and keep it pushing. Like lots of forward movement. Like that's a form of protection for you. Is your mind. It all comes back to your mind. I don't know. Um, like you're just smart as shit, Group Three, and I love that about you. Um, Anything else? Just keep moving forward, keep pushing forward. Things are working out for you. Things are balancing out for you. It's just a matter of just staying patient. I'm hearing stay calm. What is it? Bria and Shade. Be calm. Be calm. Be calm, Diana. I love those girls. Um, but yeah, just stay the course for right now. And continue to listen to your intuition. It will never lead you astray, and it'll never lead you in the wrong direction. Okay, group number. What is this? Group three. I believe these are all the messages that I'm seeing for y'all. So let me know how this reading resonates for you in the comment section. Don't forget to like, share, and subscribe. Y'all stay well, stay blessed, and I will see y'all in my next reading. Peace out.